What is up, Square Nation? Welcome back to No Counters, No Combos, and today we're going to be talking some tech, but some very archetype specific tech. Obviously, you guys have all know it's no secret. I've been experimenting and playing with Turles since the reveal back before set 12 was actually, here. And I know that's had a lot of success in the meta. Shout out to Marcel Russell for piloting it to a second place finish during a PPG qualifier event or regional, whatever the scale of that event was. But I wanted to go over a specific card for the archetype that I didn't see in Marcel's list. Now, I'm not exactly sure about the recent lists that have been featured in the PPG qualifiers. I haven't seen those deck lists as of yet, but I know Marcel wasn't running this card. And the card I want to talk about specifically today is Turles, Invader of Earth. It's a 1-drop SR from set 12. It's part of the Crusher Core archetype. Nothing too special, 1-drop 5k. But I think it's pretty interesting when you're looking at it in a vacuum and what Turles wants to do very quickly. So for 1 energy, he comes into play. His on-play auto is you choose a life in your opponent's life area and reveal it. And then when he attacks auto, you look at the top 5 cards from the top of your deck, and you can combo with up to 5 Crusher Cores that were revealed, and then you put the rest, you shuffle the rest back into your deck. So the reason I think this card is good and the reason I feel like it should be seeing a little bit more play is because of the applications that you can have on both sides. So obviously Turles is more of an aggressive strategy. You want to be able to just, swing and use Fruit of the Tree of Might as much as you possibly can. So you can just start, pinging your opponent down, especially with decks that self-awaken early. Turles can put really big numbers on the board very quickly. The amount of fruits and just combo power that you have that gets you even more value is just insane. So right there, Invader of Earth is really good because it comes into play and flips one of your opponent's lives face up. The other application that it has is when it attacks, it basically combos with up to X amount of Crusher Cores from the top of your deck, not exceeding more than 5, which is why you can make the argument that the Crusher Core combo power is 3k as opposed to 5k, because when you reveal 5 Crusher Cores with 3k combo, you're only getting a 15k combo out of it, as opposed to if you were to reveal 5 Crusher Cores with 5k combo, you'd be getting 25k out of it. So that's definitely why those limitations were put in place there, because it would be a little too snapped in half. For 1 energy, you can swing with up to 25k and then give it a fruit, make it a 45k double strike for 2 energy is just insane, right? So the other application that it has is when you're resolving that combo effect, if you have the 3-drop Turles Crusher Core Commander in your hand and you have at least 2 other Crusher Core battle cards in the combo area, you can go ahead and activate battle for 1, play the 3-drop, and then flip another life face up. Okay, so now that's 2 lives. And then the 3-drop Crusher Core Commander is going to bottom deck 1, draw 2, and then he gains 5k till the end of your opponent's next turn. So for 2 energy, you've essentially put 2 bodies on board. You had 1 attack, and you're gonna, if you combo off Crusher Cores, they're gonna come in and get their effects, and you put 2 Turleses on board. Why this is relevant is because Fruit of the Tree of Might can give 20,000 power to any of your battle cards. As long as you put one of your opponent's face up lives face down, you can get a 20k essentially combo off of Fruit, but it only gives the double strike to Turles. So in most of the builds that you see, you have your leader and your 3-drop. That's really it. You don't really see the 4-drop in there, which is again another card that I think should be played. For you Magic players, the Turles Lord. Basically, he's the 4-drop Cosmic Elite. When he comes in, he gives all of your Crusher Cores plus 10k power during your turn, and when he attacks, you can choose one of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. No cost restriction. If you have 2 or more Crusher Cores on the board, you can reduce his cost in your hand by 2. So he's essentially a 2-drop. So that's now another target for Turles that you can give it the fruit. The problem with the Turles decks that are not running multiple Turleses, right? If your opponent knows how to play against the deck, they're just going to negate your leader swing and your 3-drop swing, your Crusher Core Commander. And then they're just going to either combo out of everything else or deal with it in a way that they can. So you're really gonna have to force the action with the fruit, right? But if you're giving yourself more Turleses to play, whether it's the 1-drop Invader of Earth or the 4-drop Cosmic Elite, you're giving yourself an easier opportunity or a better chance to resolve fruit. So I'll do another video later on about the 4-drop, because I think there's some argument that should be made to play that card as well. But I really want the 1-drop to see the play that I think it deserves, because it does flip that life face up. The 4-drop doesn't really do that, but the 1-drop does. And that's basically the whole strategy of what the deck wants to do, right? You want to flip your opponent's life face up so you can activate your fruit and then recycle, rinse, repeat the whole process all over again. So the fact that you're giving yourself another Turles to do that with, even though he's only a 4K attacker, he does have that auto, and giving him 20K off of fruit, even if you don't combo any other Crusher Cores, that's already 24K double strike that they have to worry about for 2 energy. So I think that in a vacuum, he's really good, archetype specific, what's the word I'm looking for? Synergy with the leader. Obviously, you have Kill Driver, which is a phenomenal card, but now you're giving yourself more opportunities to turn life face up. And Kill Driver, as great as it does cost 1 energy for you to activate it. So if you want to get that pseudo combo off, for 1 energy, 10K draw a card, that's great. But if you're tapped out, you really can't activate Kill Driver. The other thing, too, is if your opponent is smart enough playing the Turles matchup, they're going to take damage that's face up. So they're kind of mitigating, or they're kind of reducing how often you're going to resolve Fruit of the Tree of Might. That's why you want Crusher Core Commander. That's why you want Invader of Earth. And that's why you want your Tree of Might proccing every turn, so you can have something flip face up, right? Because if they don't have a life face up, you cannot activate Fruit. It has to, that requirement for that activation requires you to put one of their lives face down. So if you're just giving yourself more opportunities to flip the card face up and just give yourself an extra way of doing it, I think that's something to consider, especially for those who want to really lean heavily into the archetype and maybe don't have a secret rare, or don't have dormants, or don't have counterplay Friezas. There's other options that you can play. At the end of the day, worst case scenario, it's a 5K combo. Even though your Crusher Cores are one cost 3Ks, all of the Turles combo cards are free 5K combos. So it just gives you another out defensively if you need to combo something, because you're not always going to have energy open to combo with Kill Driver, and sometimes 3K is just not enough to combo out of an attack. So for those of you who are playing Turles, for those of you who are experimenting with the archetype and enjoying the deck, I definitely encourage you guys to try Invader of Earth, just because I think it's another way of getting what you want out of Fruit of the Tree of Might. Now, I don't think you should max out and play 4 copies, maybe 2. I think that's what I've been experimenting with lately, is 2, because he's not the best card in the deck, but it's just another option in case you don't see your Demigod for turn 1, in case you don't get your Crusher Core Commander early on. You have a way of flipping up their life to where they're not going to be able to kind of take life if they self-awaken or whatnot. Obviously, if you have the nut turn, or if you have the nut hand, then there's nothing you can do about that, right? But if you're not opening your pieces and you're not getting to them effectively, you always want to have options. So right now, I think the Invader of Earth is sitting at maybe $10 or $12 on TCG Player, which I think is really inexpensive for an SR. So if you guys are willing to experiment, you could probably pick up a playset for $40, which might not be a bad way to spend $40, especially with an archetype that is really well positioned in the meta right now. And like I said, you don't have to max out on 4 copies. So if you just want to try 2 for now and then see how it works for you, I definitely recommend doing it now before all these buyouts start happening and everything starts spiking, right? So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below about Turles. Let me know what you're experimenting with in set 12. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and please hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with everything no counters, no combos. We really do appreciate the support here, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Be there or be squared.